watching the Hillary stream here at Dallas, Texas, the MLG Pro Circuit 2011. We just watched the first match of the 2011 season between Impact and Final Boss, where Impact pulled off the shocker here, guys. Chris, I know you've been taking notes throughout the entire series. Tell me, what did you see?
I mean, the name that keeps coming up right now has got to be Adrenaline. The kid has been on fire the entire series. I mean, not necessarily putting up the greatest stats. Game 2, he put up incredible stats. But here in the third game, going -4, but he seemed to be kind of the glue man for this team. You kind of saw him hitting the headshots at the end, getting that killing spree, keeping Final Boss off the bomb. He was playing incredible the entire series. And then the other player has got to be Neighbor. He always has been doing good. He's a great talent. He was basically the thorn in the other team's backside the entire game. That flanker we kept talking about, that was Neighbor, and he kept killing the one guy FB was sending to get him.
Absolutely, Chris. And the other name that we need to drop here, Lethal. Check out the stats there. Neighbor and Lethal combining for 70 kills in a 15-minute game. That's absolutely enormous. They outslayed Final Boss, and I think that was a shocker really for us here in the booth.
Well, the shocker for me was Final Boss didn't have control of not one game besides TS Sanctuary. Every other game, they were blown out of the water. They got outslayed. They got outpositioned. I'm surprised Final Boss even put up a fight in that Game 3 with the way they played.
Well, looking at my notes from the Sanctuary Team Slayer, Final Boss played passive the entire game. And eventually, in the end, it cost them because Adrenaline was able to get in their base. The rest of Impact was able to come and help him out in FB's courtyard. And eventually, Impact just kind of took over the other Final Boss's base, and they had no answer for it.
It was really that last push there by Fear itself when it was tied 47-47 when he had camo with the sniper. He charged his courtyard. If he would have just been waited a little bit and waited for help, he probably would have came out on top with the victory there.
But I think he was really helping out his teammates there. You saw Amish doing big damage in that shotgun. So I really have to give huge props to Amish there. He was a thorn on the side. Adrenaline there swarmed, and Neighbor was the one who finished that game too. I think that is where they got their momentum. And really, we need to talk about the hugeness of this one was that Impact and Final Boss was the most difficult challenge here in Pool A. So now, if you think about it, Impact kind of definitely has a head start here. They're now up 1-0 in their record. Final Boss, they have a 0-1 record. Impact could walk away with this pool if they just defeat the other 3 teams.
Yeah, and that's going to be huge for them. They're going to need to win these other 3 game series because Final Boss isn't going to lose those other 3 series. We could see it easily a tie 3-3, but the record still goes to Impact. So in reality, Final Boss needs Impact to lose 2 series, which I don't see happening. I do not see it happening.
No, Final Boss is right now is basically in trouble. They're probably going to be in the losers bracket if Impact can run the table in the pool, a place they have not been before almost ever.
Alrighty, so there we go. Final Boss in a bad position. Impact is all smiles right now. We are going into our second match of the night, though. It is time to watch Status Quo take on Invictus. SQ versus Victoria's Secret, now known as Invictus. It's basically the runners-up from the 2010 National Champions versus the #2 team in Halo Reach. It is going to be an awesome matchup. So, guys, what are you expecting to see from this team, Status Quo?
Well, I'm glad I picked Invictus to win over them because if Impact beats Final Boss, I got to think the equation, how it works, is Invictus beats Status Quo with ease. What do you think, Chris?
I mean, I think Status Quo is going to be really good, but the same thing happens. We predicted FB over Impact. This is almost the same exact type of match. You've got Status Quo against the other type of amateur Reach team coming from the Combine. I don't know what we're going to see. I'm pretty excited.
All right, well, let's take a second and get to know our SQ squad. Here it is, Status Quo. Down my notes here, SQ. Thank you, Johnny Malera, for putting together that awesome package. But now it's time to meet our team going to be playing in blue tonight. Let's meet Invictus. Not yet. There we go. Invictus, guys, we saw them at the LAN versus Final Boss back in February. They looked amazing. They were actually the only team left alive in the winner's bracket, and then they just dipped out of the LAN network. They're like, sorry, we got to catch a Sunday flight. But they really have, they're kind of like Impact here. A lot of people not giving them the credit they deserve.
I couldn't agree more with you there, Chris. And the thing is you have a player like Ninja on their team who is going to Spark. He's got so much individual talent, and Status Quo, although they have a lot of teamwork, aren't necessarily the best shots. So Ninja could really disturb this team.
Yeah, and I wonder if SQ watched that FB match against Impact, and right now is feeling a little stressed out knowing that the best team right now, or the favorite coming into this tournament, just went down to the team exactly like Invictus.
I love it. You know what? I'm not going to lie. This feels like the very first Halo 3 event where all the big names took an early exit and had to get their composure in the losers bracket and make a late-minute push. Remember, at the very first Halo 3 event, Final Boss went down early. They came out of the losers bracket to beat Classic and still win the whole thing. So there is hope for our top teams. But these young guns, the guys who've been playing Reach longer, they definitely have a leg up on the competition.
Especially because they put in that work. When you win a national championship, the last thing on your mind is putting in a lot of practice because you just won 100 grand. So you're thinking more like, I'm going to take some leisure time. But instead, all the young guns, they still want that victory. They haven't achieved that yet. So they're practicing as they're off going on vacations and playing it out with their girlfriends and stuff.
Well, Final Boss, they won both of the LANs they attended. They get knocked out 3-0. Status Quo, they dominated the only LAN they attended. And I don't know. I think Invictus. Chris, you got SQ or Invictus here?
I have SQ, and I'm going to stick with it.
Did you see
but
his face of disbelief?
I am a little scared about this prediction.
Scott?
I'm going Invictus. Come on, bring on the Ninja.
All right. So, guys, it looks like we are not taking a commercial break. I'm bringing you the match right now. Here we go. We got Status Quo taking on Invictus. This is going to be awesome, and we're going to get it started with Ace, the support player from Status Quo.
Yeah, and I'm actually really excited to see Ace. He's not necessarily the featured player on Status Quo. That would fall really under Enable and Flamesword as the two main guys for him. But Ace is really going to be a solid support player. He's the one that likes to take a step back, kind of look at how his team's playing, see what needs to be filled, and then be the glue guy for his team.
I have to agree with you there, Chris. Ace is pretty much the foundation for this team. Flamesword's going to be the lead in the communication, and Enable's going to be ripping faces and impressing everyone.
All right, so it looks like the game is getting started here on the main stage. Game number 1 of series number 2 from Dallas, Texas. It's Status Quo versus Invictus. We're kicking off with Capture the Flag on Zealot. Now you saw it in the first series, just like Midship. First team to 5 flags. Go to your opponent's space, bring it back to yours. There's going to be Evade bottom middle, Sniper top gold, and we got the grenade launcher over in the hologram room. We're getting this one started right now with the support player from Status Quo. It's Ace. I love it. The kid loves to take faces, and if you talk to his older brother, Elmite Warrior says that Ace may be better than me.
Yeah, and I wouldn't even doubt it. Ace has really come onto his own, especially last season. I mean, he's kind of stepped out of the shadow of his older brother and has really thrived.
Alrighty, so right now we got Ace starting off kind of slow here, playing a bit passive. He's working with his team well, though. He saw a player go up the gold lift. He's going to be looking for him. It was Calm hiding, and then Calm out spamming him there. That's going to be 3 down for SQ, and we have a flag in the hands of Invictus right now. It looks like Watch is going to be moving it top gold.
And once again, we see that the lower-seeded team is doing a better job at holding top gold. I don't know what's going on with these top seeds and why they don't like gold or why they can't hold it, but they need to get a hold of it if they have any chance of winning.
Yeah, but Invictus has got to be careful here. Right now, Status Quo looks as if they're going to be trying to counter-cap this, running it top gold themselves.
We got Swift Kill on your screen right now. He was going to be taken out, but here we go. Now we're on board with the player that Scott loves more than anyone else in the venue right now. He said, "This is me," just 5 years later. It's Ninja.
I have to agree with you there, Chris. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm a big Clutch fan myself, but Ninja, when I met this kid at the 16 LAN, he was full of smiles. He's got a lot of energy, and he's an incredible player.
His name's Hyper Ninja.
Hyper Ninja.
He lives up to it.
Yeah, he does. When you see him, he's just bouncing around the walls.
Yeah.
But what do you love about his playstyle, Scott?
even though he's a main slayer, he still does everything for his team. He gets in the other team's base and he causes a distraction. It's very rare to see, well, actually not so much nowadays, but in the past, it's very rare to see a main slayer. He's already on a killing spree, ladies and gentlemen. This is the team who absolutely dominated the LAN in status quo, and he's just making short work for him.
I think he might have a perfect DMR.
I think so.
It's arguable.
He didn't miss 9 shots there. I was counting. He hit 9 perfect shots regardless of the bloom. It seems like the bloom not bugging him at all right now, and he's got a sniper to work with, dropping Ace's shield. Right now, Ninja is playing hot. He's on a 6-kill spree. Make it 7, 8.
Oh, God.
And right now, you're completely right with the little you comment, Scott. If he really is your little prodigy playing right now, he's going to become my favorite player, too.
Let's stay on board with him. Actually, we're going to go check out Calm. Calm picked up that sniper for a moment. He was immediately taken out. Looks like status quo knows that they need to keep the power weapons out of Invictus's hands here.
But
Yeah,
you know, we're not seeing a good job at anyone pulling the flag yet. In the other game with Impact versus Final Boss, they were in each other's base. This team seems to be more of a control kind of team, Chris.
Yeah, and that's really going to depend on whether or not they can control the map. I'm sure as soon as they realize if status quo is controlling, Invictus is going to start running flags as fast as they can.
Now, Scott, going into the LAN that we attended back in February at the LAN Network, we watched this Invictus squad very closely, mainly because they were winning the majority of the series they were playing in, but also because they have a lot of talent that we didn't know about. And one of the guys we watched for a while, when we get a chance, I would love to check him out, is Calm. We sat upstairs in the living room watching it on the 100-inch TV, basically, watching Calm screen with Ogre 2. And before the series, Ogre 2 was kind of trashing him, saying, oh, this kid's not that good. But as soon as the series started, he changed his mind.
Yeah, he actually thought that it was Roy's screen on the projector because he was so confused. Calm has a lot of potential in this game, and he's a great guy. I know he keeps in touch with you, Puckett. He always asks, how can I market myself better? What are you looking to see on the main stage? You know, he's just a really good-hearted guy, and I'm expecting to see a lot from him because he's just an all-around player. He's always getting under their base, and he's just helping out where he can.
And look at that, status quo trying to get that flab cap, but right now Invictus getting the counter cap, returning it, and looks like they're going to put that one in.
Remember, Impact was the first one to put a flag in. Now it's Invictus, our lower seeds, the guys who have been playing Halo Reach longer, getting the one up here on the veterans from Halo 3. Calm is finally going to be taken down, but not before putting in that flag cap. When we get a chance, I'd love to check out the sniper. I believe it's in the hands of Watch. Right now you got Ninja, though, controlling the other power weapon. He's got that grenade launcher.
And arguably the grenade launcher, even though we say the sniper is the best weapon on the map, I would argue that the grenade launcher is even better because it is a one-shot kill anywhere near it, and you can shoot it around corners. You can shoot it anywhere you want, and you control how it explodes. Such a dangerous weapon.
And if you hit body shots, it's a one-hit kill. As you saw Ninja take out Flamesword and then run the flag back without getting touched. What is going on the main stage, Scott?
Well, I'll tell you what's going on. The higher-seeded teams seem lost versus these lower-seeded teams. Lower-seeded are doing a great job at holding the power-ups, and the top-seeded teams think they can just out-teamwork the other team. If you don't have the power weapons, there's only so much you can do versus power weapons.
Remember, it's the first team to 5 here on Capture the Flag. Already Invictus with 2 flag caps in just 5 minutes, and they're running a third. You got Calm protecting the flag carrier with that sniper rifle. And I just love everything I'm seeing out of Invictus here. Calm taking damage, waits a second, waits for Ninja to help him out. Swiftkill now is going to run that in, and Swift is going to put it in for flag number 3. They've scored 3 straight.
Hey, here's the impressive thing. When you look at this squad, you don't think that this team's going to escort the flag back. But Calm, with the sniper, relocated from red landing all the way to blue landing. Ninja came back from the other team's base to his. This is a very well-structured team. If you were to just watch this tune in, you would think this team has been playing for years.
Yeah, it's really incredible. The teamwork that they are showing right now, again, just like in the other series, this is the team that looks like they've been playing for a really long time now. Their shots are incredible, and they've been controlling the map the entire game.
I would love to listen in with this Invictus crew when we get a chance. We are going to go to our Astro listen-ins. But right now, guys, let's check out Calm here. He is going up one-on-one against Flamesword. Had to reload, but I think he would have won that spam battle, and you got to love it here. It looks like Swiftkill is going to pick up the flag instead. Great teamwork here at Invictus. They are taking turns, you know, bobbing and weaving, bait and switching here, Scott.
Yeah, great job getting behind the other team, and I can't believe it's just like watching Final Ball's first impact. They seem lost about a flanker. It's like the top teams don't even know the flanker exists right now. Chris, what's going on? Tell me what's going on.
For me, it's Invictus being able to kill the one-shots. Right now, you see Status Quo running around as one-shots. Invictus is listening to each other, making sure they're looking, and finishing off these kills. Whereas SQ, every time they get Invictus to one-shot, they're never in a position to finish them off.
All right, so here we go, guys. It's time to crank up our Astro 840s with our Astro Listen In.
They're landing. Flag, get a melee, get a melee. One shot, flag they're landing. Flag's one shot in the street, dude.
Someone shot the street.
We just need to get over there. They're running.
They got it. Don't worry about it, guys.
Yo, go to the landing. Go to the landing. Go to the landing. Go to the landing with me, please.
They're landing right now.
He's one shot now.
They're lights, one shot.
They're lights, one shot. Enable. He's bottom goal now.
He's still there.
Shoot that guy. Shoot that. Capitalize. Get their side. Get on their side now.
They're health back.
They're health back.
Ace on their health back.
I spawned our
flag. Our flag. Our spiral.
He's our spiral now. He's still on our pistol. He's one shot. He's two shots. He's
Pistol. They're bridge, guys.
He's on main now.
They're health back enabled.
They're health back enabled.
They're jumping.
Ring one.
One shot per bridge enabled. You weapons in 10, guys. They're front of the base. Behind you, Ninja. Jumping up on top. On our flag right now. So one shot. Nice.
Watch drop on you. Yep.
Two in ring one, guys. One may be our basement.
One shot ring one.
One our jump
Our now. Ring one.
One shot in front of right now.
He's dead.
Down. Nice.
Our basement now weak. One shot.
One shot our base. One shot. Weapons up right now. I have green launcher.
Blue landing. I think.
Top goal.
Shit on!
Top goal.
I'm pushing.
Two top goal, guys. I'm flanking him. Two top goals. Flames really hurt on our landing.
Both one shot.
Nice grenade. Enable top goal, guys.
He's weak. He should still be like one or two shots.
Watch out.
He's landing with sniper. Nice shit, Ty.
We got it. That flag is still alive.
Watch out.
Don't overextend that flag. Do not overextend that flag. He's on top goal.
Both
power weapons are top goal.
Oh,
he's flashing. He's flashing.
I'm landing. I'm rushing.
Watch our health back flank.
I'm going on landing.
Blue street killed me. He's right here. He's
red health. They're gonna beat our flag.
Comms weak. There's two blue guys.
Dude.
Our flag right now.
Gonna be our landing.
Ninja's one shot. Our flags.
Aaron, stay alive, Aaron. Our flag, two of them. Two of our flags.
One shot.
Go for Ninja.
One shot for landing.
Nice.
They're all weak.
Tom in.
One shot on Ian.
Ian, go.
Another one.
Guys, running, guys. Stop him. Do not let him get a goal.
One shot. Three down. What's the last one?
Two down. There you go.
Go for the base.
He's the blue landing. One shot. One Ninja.
Watch it. One shot on their base. One shot, blue
Run it, Aaron, run it.
One shot, blue one, two spiral.
I need a blue one, I need it.
Here, one down.
Blue tunnel. There's two blue tunnel, guys. There's two blue tunnel.
Where they going?
I got one.
Two down.
They're gonna go spiral. Blue one.
I'm watching spiral.
Watch our base.
I have Gates naded.
That one's spiral.
I
think you got this. Still on.
I'm sorry.
Ring two.
We have weapons in 30
One shot, ring two.
Blue landing.
Red lights, one shot.
One shot, dude. Blue lights.
I got blue lights.
Shot, man.
Nice shit.
That top goal.
Blue lights, two dead.
Blue lights right landing. He's gonna run it. Watch red landing.
Watch, he's gonna port up.
I got killed. Ring one and our flag.
Ring one and one connected.
Our landing.
Get to their base, guys. Get to their base.
Let's get these weapons.
Main right.
Our flag.
Guys, one shot.
Let's get these weapons.
Running a bridge.
Watch connector.
We have plenty of time. Just try to stop it if we can.
I got him. He sucks.
I'm back in landing.
One shot on their base. They're all spawning under their base. I need help. Ace is so one shot on their spiral. Let's go, guys.
Is gonna put in flag number 4. You saw Status Quo put in a second flag, but now it's still a 2-flag lead here from our blue squad. Guys, are you surprised?
I'm surprised that Status Quo was able to come back in this game because Ninja and Calm have been absolutely destroying this game, and I don't understand how anyone could even outshoot them right now, Chris.
Yeah, well, the Status Quo was able to get that flag cap kind of just by massing the flag. They constantly have been throwing it out, and it's been working.
And there we go. We got Watch running a 5th flag. His flag is out, cannot put it in yet. It looks like Swift is getting that return. Watch trying to stay alive with no shield, and he is going to put it in. There we go. Invictus taking game 1 from Status Quo. The upsets continuing. Wow, let's take a look at the stats here, guys. We got all 4 members of Invictus going positive, all 4 members of Status Quo going negative. I don't think any of us expected to see that, and especially to see Calm top in the leaderboard with 26 kills.
Yeah, he had a huge triple kill right there to secure that 4th flag. But like I said, Ninja and Calm have been dominating. Ninja Was impressive. Chris, you doubted me at first. Just admit how good he is.
He's very good.
Okay.
He's got a good shot. We'll put
That's
it
all I
that
wanted
way.
to hear. That's all I wanted to hear.
He's like me. I'm impressed. He's living up to the forum hype so far. Props to Ninja. Kid's been streaming. I'm not surprised by this. I've been watching him leading up to this event. But I am kind of surprised that we just saw Invictus kind of lay a spanking on Status Quo here. Status Quo is going to need to get their stuff together in game 2.
Yeah, they just kind of got outworked. You saw the stats at the end of that game. Invictus all going positive. The all-around play of that team was incredible. All players doing anything necessary to win. They were all running flags, all helping you return. It was great to watch. Great Halo.
All right, well, there you go. First game is going to Invictus. But now it's time to take a look at our second map. It's going to be Team Slayer on Sanctuary. Ready, we are back. Awesome little fly through put together by Joker. Thank you, Anton Ferraro, for your hard work there. Team Slayer Sanctuary. We thought Final Boss was going to wrap up this first game. You know, controlling the sniper is probably the most important thing, but we saw the camo at the end kind of bite Final Boss in the butt, though. But do you think that was just a one-time occurrence, Scott?
That was a one-time. I mean, Fear itself, like I said, he thought he no-scoped that guy, and if he would have, then that would have been 48-47. Just a slight error right there. He didn't really get to see it. I think this game, whoever controls the camo is going to be victorious just because it's so good. Now, to the viewer, it looks like he's uncamoing, but Bungie actually patched that for MLG, so it just looks like he's coming on camo, but to everyone else, he's completely invisible.
Yeah, and that's really going to be important. That camo is incredibly important. Like you said, he's almost absolutely invisible. It's like a ghost running around the map, killing people on your team. But the main thing, I think, is going to be the sniper rifle. The snipers in this map seem to control almost everything. They come up every single 2 minutes, and the best players on your team usually grabbing the snipers, taking faces. If you can get both sniper rifles and start controlling the other team's base, you can go on a huge run.
Well, it's time to find out who uses the snipers most effectively. We're starting this one off with Assault from Status Quo. He was your 2010 most underrated player, the 2010 breakout player, basically winning all kind of Stride Pro Choice Awards. We're watching him on our screen, and what do you expect to see out of Big Cleat here in Reach?
Well, I'm expecting to see a good shot. I mean, he had a really solid shot in Halo 3. I'm sure that's carried over here into Halo Reach. And more than anything, he is another support player. Always playing well, grabbing the jetpack here, and making the initial charge.
Now, I want you guys to take notice. I was going to say how he
my
stayed
goodness.
low, but Ninja just wrecked his face at the start of the game. After Ninja picks off Assault, he's going to be taken out. So Sniper is down for Invictus. That is huge. But Ace is actually grabbing the Sniper here for Status Quo. Are you surprised?
Quite surprised, Chris. I mean, I'm pretty sure we classified him as the support player in this game, correct?
Yeah, I think I kind of wrongly put players into categories at this point. I think basically we saw last year at the National Championships that everyone on Status Quo can do everything. Normally expect to see Enable grab the sniper, but Ace is one of the nastiest, most underrated snipers on the circuit.
Yeah, he's been amazing at sniping for a long time. All the ESPN top 10 plays, I mean, you've seen him on his name on there doing crazy things with the sniper rifle. So I'm not necessarily surprised to see him with it. But a second ago, Enable and Ace both had sniper rifles. Status Quo dominating early.
Great start for Status Quo, but the scoreboard does not reflect it. 9-8. Now it's all tied up 9-9, and I think it's really because Invictus got into this ring.
Yeah, that's a huge deal in this. It's not much different from Halo 2. You still want to control ring. The only difference is you have sprint, so you can get to the rocks quicker. So most players are more inclined to run to the rocks, but ring is important because it is the middle of the map. You get middle control, you pretty much control the entire map, Chris.
Yeah, and you can access almost every part of the map from the ring. You can look out, almost shoot the entire other team's base. The ring is important to hold, but what you'll see a lot of these guys doing is they go into the ring and immediately come out of the ring. You don't want to be stuck in there when the other team makes a charge.
Status Quo down 1-0 in this series. They're trying to tie it up here in game number 2. Right now you're watching Enable, one of the youngest players on the circuit at the age 17, rocking his gunners and his beautiful red hair. And Enable, Chris, really the main slayer for Status Quo in almost everyone's opinion. If you watch his stream, he probably has the flashiest play.
Yeah, he's always been like that. Enable is killer shot. He loves to run around. He charges. He'll never let a player try to get away on his screen. And he, like you said, he is probably one of the flashiest players in the game.
Incredible move right there by Flamesword. I wanted to point this out earlier.
Which one?
The fact that he stayed alive with the camo there. Now, the thing that's impressing me is the use of Jetpack and how it's confusing Invictus. I've seen multiple times Watch and Swiftkill just come looking straight up at this guy trying to finish him off, and Status Quo's just swarming him. It's perfect for their team, their play style, because they're so teamwork oriented. So Flamesword can Jetpack and get out of there, and they can clean it up.
Yeah, and you can see right there the camo going to work. He had players literally running right in front of him, staring at him, that couldn't see him. You can see how devastating this camo can be.
2010 best leader, Flamesword, showing how to use the camo Jetpack combo. I love it there, guys. He was confusing people. Scott asked which move because he had like 4 of them in a row. Dropping down, jumping back up, going ring 3, going ring 1. He does it all, and now he's cleaning out ring 2, listening to the call-outs well, and that is one thing that Flamesword does the best. Not only does he listen to his teammates' call-outs, he calls out for them.
Yeah, he's one of, if not the best communicator right now on the pro circuit. Kids, if you want to know how to talk at the top level, listen to Flamesword, listen to what he's saying. He is basically a captain coach out there on the mat for him.
I have to come in here. Ace needs to be hitting one of these shots. He has no one looking at him besides one player. Okay, final, you did it. I'm proud of you. But you got to be picking up those shots there. You can't be missing shots, especially when you have both snipers and your team is controlling ring. This is where you step up.
Well, now I think Scott, he heard you and just got a little over-aggressive there. You know, I think that's something that we've seen before, though. Ace, out of all the players in the game, has the most kills. So regardless of you being harsh on him in that one instance, give the kid props. They're up by 9 right now, but Ace seemed to get frustrated there. He missed a few shots, and then he just blindly charged in and lost the sniper rifle control. Chris, talk to us about that. How do you keep a level-headed situation like that?
I mean, you just gotta keep your cool right there. He heard a bunch of call-outs, wanted to make a charge, and it just didn't work out for him. I mean, it wasn't the best play he could make, but right now all he's got to think about is move on to his next life. You can't be thinking, oh, I just lost the sniper rifle. You got to be thinking, what can I do for my team?
The biggest lead of the game we've seen so far. We got a 12-kill lead for Status Quo. They're looking strong in Game 2. But remember, Final Boss led all of Game 2 in our first series. They ended up losing. Ninja forcing Enable back. Enable with no shield, staying alive and finishing off Swiftkill. Great teamwork out of Quo there in Ring 2. But now Invictus making a strong push. Calm picking up the double. His teammate is going to pick up another double. Ninja has the sniper on the carbine. Let's check out Ninja and Invictus here. They made a huge push, and now they have map control and control of the ring.
And with Ninja having the sniper running around Ring 1 and Ring 2, he's got to be careful to not overextend. He doesn't want to chase, so he did a good job at controlling Ring, but he needs to put himself in a position to clean up these one-shots because there's so many of them everywhere.
He is helping drop shields and finish off kills. He's looking for a player. He hears it in his Astros. Where is he? I'm going to play it safe. Keep control of this sniper rifle. Looking over at the red team, Chris, what is the setup for SQ?
I mean, they're kind of just sitting back right now and hiding, waiting for the sniper rifle that Ace just got. And I mean, they're going to need to push out of the base, or otherwise they're going to fall into the exact same trap FB did last game, or last series.
Now it is just a 5-kill game, make it 7 there, as we see Ninja finally be taken down, but great push by Invictus. They need at least one more of those to get back in this game. You have a sniper. Actually, it looks like all snipers are out right now. No bullets left in the sniper rifles. Ninja's going to wait for the new one. He just picked it up.
Here's the game-changing moment right here. If Ninja can heat up and get his team ready, they're right back in this game. Because although Flamesword has a sniper for them, which is very unusual, when you have Ninja versus Flamesword, it's kind of a mismatch in regards of sniper versus sniper.
Yeah, but right there, great play with Assault, using the jetpack to get up to Ring 3, finishing off a one-shot in Ring 2, then falling down and finishing off a one-shot in his courtyard.
Uh-oh, we got a fear itself situation. Has the sniper, has the camo. They're down by 4. Can Ninja bring back his team? His teammates need to stay alive. There is a no-scope picking up the Avenger. That means his teammate died. Going for another no-shielded kill there. 46-43, just a 3-kill lead for Status Quo. Invictus nipping at their heels. Ninja barely missing 2 headshots. The action getting crazier on the main stages. They're down by 1 kill right now. Watts is going to clean up a headshot. Going for the cleanup kills is Ninja. Listen to call-outs perfectly. Ties up the score. 47-46. Now the action dies down, but Walsh is keeping the pressure on the spawns of Status Quo. You see Alex, that is going to be Swift coming from behind. 47-47, 48-47 as Invictus retakes the lead. 49, they are 1 kill away. They call out the spawners, and here is the pinch.
Great job right there, not overextending right there, waiting for their teammates. It looks like they're going to be able to take this game, Chris.
Ninja
and there they do it!
And there we go. Second series in a row. I cannot believe we just saw that. Take a look at the stats. Watch. 15, 5, and 11. Huge assist out of Calm that game, dropping 7. Ninja got the spark with that camo, and listen to callouts perfectly. Status Quo loses 2 games in a row. Invictus now up 2-0 in the series. Wow. I don't know what to say. I'm floored here. Guys, that was our first 2 games. Remember, it is the best of 5, so the first team to win 3 games. Can Invictus sweep Status Quo? We'll find out after the break.